Real talk, I think Experiment is about to be the biggest album of 2026, not one of, the actual biggest. And I know how that sounds, especially knowing what people were saying about this man not that long ago. So lock in and sit with me for 4 minutes. But right now everything is flipped. Everyone is loving EDM and the chaotic rage type. Snippets, 22 track, USB drive hidden in 4 cities for fans. Go physically dig up. A Cardi collab, people are still replaying off their phones from Summer Smash. And the same guy who got called little clone and unlistenable for years, about to walk into biggest moment of his career. So how did he get here? How does a guy half of Twitter still says can't rap end up sitting on what might be the most talked about rollout? I gotta take you back to 2021 because if you map out Ken Carson's trajectory over the last 5 years, it defies every traditional rule of the music industry. It's not a steady career climb, it's a geometric escalation. Now let's look at the data points. 2021, Project X drops, 0 chart presence, a complete underground anomaly. 2022, X makes its major label debut through OPM and Interscope. It barely crawls onto the tail end of Billboard 200 at number 115. By all standard industry metrics, that's where the story usually caps out, right? But then October 2023 happens. A great chaos shatters the ceiling. It moves 48,000 units in a week, debuting on number 11 on Billboard 200. It doesn't just fade away either. It stays anchored on the chart for 55 consecutive weeks, spawns 5 golden singles, and pushes overseas straight onto Hot 100. And right when industry thought that was the peak, April 2025, more chaos pulls over 59,500 equivalent album units in its first 7 days, securing Ken his very first number 1 album on Billboard 200. From Uncharted to 115 to 11, the top spot in America at this parabolic line that never slowed down once. And here's the thing most people miss. What everybody calls bad mixing or blown out audio isn't laziness. It's a calculated weapon. When a great chaos dropped back in 2023, it wasn't just another underground trap record. It was full departure into industrial white noise. He took those bright video game synth templates from the early rage era and basically corrupted them on purpose, slipping the low end on purpose, pushing his own vocals so far into the red they start feeling dangerous to listen. This was never built to be analyzed through studio headphones. It's built to be felt as pure adrenaline in the room. 3,000 people slamming into each other. That's the exact reason track like Yale from being some internet anomaly to generation defining anthem. A great chaos went platinum for the same formula, spawned overseas as an actual Hot 100 hit, landed on year-end lists from outlets like New York Times and Rolling Stone. That's not some underground hype anymore. That's the mainstream getting forced to deal with him, whether they liked his flows or not. And it built a whole world around itself. Merch, the visuals, the chaos, and the branding he created around himself. That's the cult building on its own iconography, not one off viral moment, that many of them, and him just being himself, omnipresence as the main center. This kind of momentum changes how an artist behaves. When you have a dedicated fan base like Ken's, you stop dropping music like a regular artist and you start engineering experiences. Over 230,000 tickets sold across his headlining world tour wasn't just live experience of music, it was infrastructure in building. Which brings us to the present moment. Experiment, dropping July 3rd with 22 tracks, Ken completely bypassed the standard playlist pitching rollout. Instead, his team treated the album launch like an alternate reality game. They planted physical USB drives loaded with leaks and track lists across Atlanta, LA, Chicago and New York, forcing fans out into streets to literally dig up his music. When you couple that level of interactive hype with a 2 Hollies produced sonic landscape, a viral Carti link up for Summer Smash and a headlining slot at Complex on 10th anniversary alongside Playboy Carti, you realize something critical. Ken Carson isn't participating in the rap ecosystem anymore. He is running it. So let them critique, keep debating the lyricism, let them keep crying about things that don't actually matter to a listener. The truth's already set in stone. He took the rawest, most unpolished corner of the internet, amplified this on purpose, and turned it into a stadium-level movement. Underground belongs to him right now, even though he is not underground anymore. He is the face or gateway to people who want to enjoy good music. He went from SoundCloud kid writing shotgun on Carti's wave to a guy with his own number 1, his own platinum plaque, his own headlining slot, and a rollout that turns his fans into little treasure hunters. You don't fake that. I'll be making a full breakdown of Experiment and how it performs in a minute. Let me know in the comments what y'all claiming on Experiment. Until y'all, peace out, man.